So hello and welcome to week number 18 of our regular mindfulness-based stress reduction practices. These are practices that we do at the start of the week in order to be able to better cope with stress because life is stressful. So over the past number of weeks, we've done a number of practices that have been about stepping out of thinking and stepping into space. Yes. Um, this week we are returning back to what I like to call the quintessential meditation or the quintessential meditative practice. Certainly within mindfulness as well, it's the fundamental practice and it's a fundamental um, thing that we do as human beings, which is returning to the breath. When we feel stress arising at work, outside work, when we feel the mind is beginning to run 20,000 miles ahead, when the heart begins to skip a beat, when self-doubt, imposter syndrome, when all these things begin to rear their head during the week, we are going to be returning back to the breath. And so today's practice rather, I like to use the word practice rather than meditation because meditation means so many things to so many different people and can be off-putting. I call these practices because these are natural human practices that you have at your disposal. These are tools that are ready for you to use to cope better, to be better, to be to be the best human being that you can be in the workplace, for yourself and for others on a moment to moment basis. That's what these practices are about. So I'm calling this practice uh, using the breath, using the breath as a grounding anchor, using our breath as a grounding anchor. And so to kick off this practice as we always do, here's a quote. I love this quote from Thich Nhat Hanh. Thich Nhat Hanh was a Buddhist monk who passed about 3 or 4 years ago at the age of about 97 or something. Yeah. This is his famous quote. Feelings come and go like clouds in the sky. Let conscious breathing be your anchor. Feelings come and go like clouds in the sky. Let conscious breathing be your anchor. Feelings of nervousness, of not being satisfied, feelings of pain, even feelings of happiness, right? Temporary happiness. Guess what? They come and they go. They come and they go. And when those feelings come and when we can get caught up in the whirlwind of them, this quote says, take a conscious breath. Now, it didn't say take a breath. It said take a conscious breath. That conscious breath, that word conscious is super important, super powerful. What it means is take an intentional breath. This is not an ordinary breath, even though there's no such thing really as an ordinary breath, because every breath keeps you alive. But by taking a conscious or intentional breath, what we are saying is pay attention to this breath. So when that whirlwind starts, decide within yourself, I'm going to find a spot, whatever that is, or be wherever you are, and taking that conscious breath. Yeah. And he says that when you take that conscious breath, when you take an intentional breath, this is a different kind of breath. It immediately puts you in that place and that space uh, of peacefulness, respite, um, equanimity, and all the good things, self-belief, self-trust. It puts you in that space that you want to be. And from here now, you can operate in a transformational way. Okay, so let's begin our practice because this is going to be a 10-minute practice. Feelings come and go like clouds in the sky. Let conscious breathing be my anchor. And so getting yourself into a comfortable position, sitting in a comfortable way with your feet on the ground, feeling your feet on the ground, the soles of your feet perhaps tucked in a pair of socks, perhaps they're in a pair of shoes, paying attention to the feeling of your feet against whatever it is feeling, or against whatever it is against. And then using your feet, the feelings of your feet, to then almost like a tributary to move around other parts of your body, bringing your conscious awareness to what other parts of your body is doing. How are your hands placed? Bring attention to that. How are you sitting against a chair or on the floor or lying down? How are you? How is your body? Bring attention to that. Bring attention to the feeling of the clothes that you're wearing against your skin. The touch of your hand against the other hand. Any sounds perhaps that may be happening around you, or any cool air, coldness or warmth that you're feeling. Just noticing that feeling again against your body, or whichever part of the body it is that you're feeling it. Bring some awareness to that. And allowing yourself to arrive at this meditation, at this practice, giving yourself permission to be here fully, with openness, with self-compassion, perhaps with a sense of gratitude too for being here for the next couple of minutes. And now bringing attention to your breathing. Not needing to change anything, just noticing how you are breathing at this moment. Noticing the cyclical nature of the inhale and the exhale. And now just paying attention to your breathing process, not just notice how it happens to you. Every iota of breath, movement of the stomach, rising of the chest and the falling, noticing the invigoration and the freshness of the air against your nose as it moves in. See if you can pay attention as best as you can now to every element, every iota, every movement of each breath that you take. Doing this with a sense of curiosity. Let me allow you now for this short while just to pay attention to this. Notice that with each inhale, air through your nose is cooler and goes up your nose and it hits the base of your stomach. Perhaps you feel it at the topmost part of your chest first, and then the base of your stomach. And notice that with each inhale, it just knows when to happen. It knows when to service that need. The inhale does. And notice that with each inhale, there's a refreshment of the body occurring. And notice with each inhale, any sensations that you feel on the body. Perhaps a kind of a warm sensation around your head area, around your chest and your back, or your neck. Almost like a kind of a swelling of sensations around your thighs and your legs. Like a gentle, warm, pins and needles feeling, but it's not a painful pins and needles. It's a warm, welcoming, satisfying wave of pleasantness. And then notice how the exhale follows the inhale. Again, giving you respite and relaxation. Notice the rise and the fall of your stomach now. Notice every abdominal movement with each inhale, each breath, each conscious breath. So bringing your full awareness now to your breathing as it happens. Nothing else is important. And when other thinking comes, when the mind wanders into thinking, this is normal. Allow yourself not to be judged by yourself. Bring a sense of compassion to watch your mind. And when you notice your mind has wandered, just gently bring it back with compassion to the breathing, to the conscious breathing happening to you. Because you'll begin to realize as you watch the breathing, as you watch your own breathing, that you're not the one breathing. Breathing is happening to you. You are being breathed, as it were, by the universe. Breathing into you, breathing out of you. And as you watch yourself breathing out pain, breathing out any kind of sorrow, awfulistic thinking, negative thinking, breathing it out and breathing in peace, breathing in non-anxious states that will serve, states that pick you up, breathing in all that is good, all that is in service of being your best self in this moment and this moment. in this moment too, and in the moments to come. Coming towards the end of this meditation now, and just before we end this meditation, just paying attention now to the feeling of your body as we breathe in this conscious way, noticing what you notice, any sensations, paying attention to those. Listening to your body as it speaks to you through the breath. Listening to what your body is saying to you as you breathe. Noticing, allowing, being here fully. And when you're ready, you can open up your eyes. And thank you for participating in today's meditation. Um, the breath is so important. It's something that we do not really give as much time and attention as we should. Yet without each breath, we are no longer here. We're no longer in work, able to function. Um, and so this week, the practice for us, the tip for us is whenever we feel that sense of anxiousness arising, anxiety, tension, pressure, um, just the continuous go, go, go. Yes, that can be relentless. You can feel yourself getting out of breath. Take a conscious breath. One will do. Just one conscious long breath and breathe out and breathe out and breathe in and out. Feelings come and go like clouds in the sky. Conscious breathing is my anchor. See you soon.